Hey Courtney, this is John, West Coast Connects. We reached out, spoke with Michaela on Friday, promised this free video, so here it goes. I'm just going to show you 3 tips that you could do to increase customers and traffic flow to the website. And all I ask at the end is if you can give me some feedback, whether that be via email, text, phone call, anything would suffice. I just would love to hear your thoughts. So with that, I'll get started. Looking at your site, the first thing that jumps out is that there's not a lot of content here. And content is anything you can highlight, whether that be pictures, text, um, and really there's 2 reasons why you want a lot of content, specifically on your homepage, but really any page that you're trying to get ranked. And the reasons are, number one is it allows you to get content or keywords that you could be found for. So say I wanted to be found, for instance, Electrician Mesquite Texas. Okay, I might have that as my header. I might have that as my keyword. I might save an image as that specific keyword. So instead of this image being saved as whatever it's saved as, PLMV, it would be saved as that particular keyword, so that Google knows that that's something that you wanted to be found for. Um, the cool thing about that too is that in saving those images as keywords is, say you have a competitor that gets a lot of search traffic for their particular name, you can put your competitor's name in an image. It's not in your text, so people won't necessarily see it, and then you can start ranking for it and hopefully steal some of their clients, before they actually become clients, poach some of their, your competitors' competition or your competitors' potential clients. So another reason why content is so important is that it's a ranking factor. So if you look at sites like Wikipedia, Wikipedia is always at the top of the rankings, and primarily because they have so much content. There's so much text, there's so many pictures that it just makes it hard for anybody else to compete with the amount of content they have. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors that are involved, but content is a ranking factor, and content does play into Google ranking specific sites. So that's definitely one of the big things, and I definitely recommend adding to your content. Typically, with a homepage, you'd want anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 words, which will get you, 10 to 15 keywords, uh, probably more like 10. And then, depending on what your competitors do. So if you have a competitor that has like 2,000 words, you'd want to one up them and have 2,500. So uh, that does vary depending on what your competitors are doing. So um, another thing, so your Google My Business looks like it's pretty good. You guys have a lot of reviews, which is fantastic. I still would optimize these. Make sure these images are saved as keywords, like we were talking about with the homepage that you want to be ranking for, and definitely add to the amount of time places this is out on the web. So you really want these out on directories and stuff like that. It just adds to your Google My Business. And really, the reason why you want that is, if you can start getting ranked in the top 3 for specific locations. I know you're in Sunnyvale, but I looked. There wasn't a lot of traffic in Sunnyvale, so I looked at some of the, Mesquite. So you really want your Google My Business in the top 3. It just helps to get traffic and really start adding to the amount of people that you get in to your site. So and really your Google My Business kind of works in hand with your website, so it kind of, as one grows and strengthens, it strengthens the other, kind of thing. So I definitely, my second tip would definitely to be, make sure you strengthen that. And I would still add reviews. I mean, you're at 279, which is a good amount, but you're at a 4.5. I would still try to get as many 5-star reviews as possible. Try to get that up to like a 4.7, 4.8. It looks pretty good when that happens. So, um, and then my third tip would be to strengthen up your site. So this is your site, and I'll go ahead and read this data for you. This is the strength of your site right here. This is on a 0 to 100 scale, with 100 being the strongest and 0 being the weakest. So this 19 is pretty close to being a decent number. I mean, really, you know, a lot of electricians are in the teens. You kind of want to be in the 20s or 30s, you know, especially with the heating and air. You might end up wanting to go to the 40s or 50s because HVAC stuff is sometimes pretty difficult to start ranking for. Um, you have 38, and really what you want is a 1-to-1 ratio. So you want these high numbers and you want 1-to-1. You have 38 websites that are sending 75 links back to your site. You're ranking in the top 142 keywords. You're getting 56 hits a month, and your traffic value is $345. So this is how much money I'd have to spend in Google Ads to get the same amount of traffic. So really not a ton of traffic, and most of your traffic is coming from Swan Plumbing, Swan Heating. So your name, you know, when you get a lot down to stuff that is more buyer specific, that's not involving your name, like family plumbing, heating, and air. That's a national keyword, um, you know, and there's only 20 searches a month for it, so you're not really gonna get much out of that. Home plumbing and heating, again, not a lot of search volume there, so you're not gonna get a lot from that. Even if you were in the top three, there's only 30 searches a month for that particular keyword. So you want to go after keywords that have high volume and low KD. So, and KD is how the keyword difficulty, how hard is it to rank in the top 100 on a 0, or in the top 10 on a 0 to 100 scale. So really, how hard is it to get in the top on that first page? And as you can see here, Electrician Mesquite Texas, 80 searches per month and a KD of 0. So it's going to be a little bit easier to get onto that first page. And this is just for electricians. I mean, you guys do so much, HVAC, plumbing. You can really get a ton of volume if you really do some keyword research and really figure out what keywords to go after, which is something we do for any website and company that we do work for. So looking at your competition, Motley Electric and Mesquite Electric. Motley Electric, not very strong. They're 30 keywords, 18 searches a month, 510 traffic value. Mesquite a little bit higher. I think a little bit lower than you guys, but they still are getting a little bit of search traffic, and their traffic value is almost as high as yours. So, there's definitely a lot of traffic out there that you guys can go after, and there's definitely a lot of things that you can do. One thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't go after uh, Dallas traffic, just because the KDs are so high. It'd be really tough for you to rank for there. But I would go in all the surrounding cities, for the radius that you guys travel. I would really go after all that traffic and all these things: HVAC, plumbing, electric, and you guys could really do some damage there. So hopefully this helps. I'd really love to talk to you guys about helping you guys out if you need help. But with that, have a great day and God bless.